How long should a marketing video be? You've probably heard the shorter the better, right? Because of our attention spans getting shorter and shorter. Well, there's actually two types of videos, some that are short and some that are long, and you want to utilize both. If you only use the short videos, then the type of leads you're going to generate are going to be very low quality leads, cold leads. But if you want to generate warm, referral quality leads, so you want to make sure that you're generating both types of marketing videos. By the end of this episode, you'll have real clarity on what those two types are and exactly the steps to take to create them so that you can make sure your online marketing is the most effective possible. Let's talk about your marketing videos in two stages. So we've got stage 1 over here and stage 2 over here. The type of marketing videos that you're used to, the short ones, the ones that are short and sweet, that is stage 2. Okay, there's something else in stage 1. So let's focus first on stage 2 just briefly because that's the one that you're most familiar with. These are the videos that are really pitching your service. They're really promoting your program or your product. And because people know that they're being sold to, you've got to really get to the point. You've got to be entertaining as possible. You've got to be funny or witty or do something new or interesting. And you can't be long-winded. You can't talk slowly. You've got to be quick. And because your time is so short, it's got to be very, very well scripted, right? You could be planning for weeks and months before the filming day. And then on filming day, you're doing so many different takes just to get it right. And then you're editing for a while after that, so you have the perfect finished commercial. Then in the end, you funnel everything towards it. Any paid advertising that you're doing, any emails that you send out, or you feature this on the homepage of your website, or you pay the Super Bowl to play this commercial, right? Everything gets funneled towards this one masterpiece of a 30-second or whatever, 2 minutes, 5-minute promo video. Now, so many marketers stop there, right? And it works, but they end up having to spend a big budget so they can get a high quantity of leads, and in that high quantity, they have to really filter through it because they're very low quality leads, right? So if you just have stage 2, you're only going to generate low quality leads. So what then is stage 1? Okay, stage 1, these are longer videos. How do you get people to watch a longer video? Okay, well, these are a little bit different. In fact, they're drastically different. We're not talking about your products, your program. We're not talking about you. They don't know about your company, so they don't feel like they're being sold to because they're not, okay? These videos start with what people are searching for. So you have expertise, right? And people have questions that you'd be the perfect person to answer. I mean, let me explain. Right now you're watching a video, and in this exact moment that you're watching this episode, there is somebody searching for you. They're going to Google, or they're going to their phone, right? They're going to YouTube. So either Google or YouTube, and they're typing in a question that you would be the perfect person to answer. So what happens when they type in this question? Well, the problem is they're not finding you. That's a problem, because if they found you, they would get the help that they need, okay? So that's what we're gonna fix. And I have a 6-ingredient strategy where if you make videos following these 6 ingredients, then the problem is solved. These people are now finding you, and instead of generating cold, low-quality leads, you're generating warm, referral quality leads, people that already know you, people that already trust you. Now, I call my 6-ingredient strategy my leaf strategy, you know, like a leaf on a tree. It would take more time than we have in this video to explain my whole tree analogy, but in short form, the trunk of the tree represents your core area of expertise, and the leaves of the tree represent very, very specific questions that people are asking, okay? So there's a way that you can do keyword research. I've demonstrated a tool. It's called the herokeywordtool.com. You can go there if you want a free trial, but I've demonstrated that tool in other episodes as well. But essentially, instead of making up questions in your head or doing a survey to your audience to have them ask you questions, because that never works. It won't work for this strategy, okay? You have to do the keyword research to find what's the wording that people are asking when they go to Google and YouTube and ask these questions, and which ones have consistent search volume every month. So of the 6 ingredients, ingredient number 1 is you've got to find these leaf titles, or you've got to find these very, very, very specific questions that have consistent search volume each month, right? So when you do this, you find a way that your target audience can find you actually, right? So picture this. They go to Google or YouTube, they type in this really specific question, and your video pops up with that exact question that they just searched for, and they're like, oh, that's exactly what I was searching for. So then they click on it, and then in the video you're answering that question. you're the expert, right? So you're really giving them the value to the question that they ask. And so there's this relationship that's built. They see you as the expert. And we'll talk about the length of the video, but let's say this video is 10 minutes long. They've been spending 10 minutes with you, making eye contact as you're looking into the camera. So these people aren't being sold to. They don't feel like they're being sold to. They feel like I did a search and I wanted to find something and I found it. And this person is giving me what I was searching for. So ingredient number 1 is these very, very long specific questions. Ingredient number 2 is you want each episode to be an average of 10 to 12 minutes in length. That is the perfect length. When you talk about a short, but it doesn't build a relationship. And people think that, oh, well, the reason shorts are so successful is because people's attention spans have gotten shorter and shorter. That's a bunch of baloney. Think about Netflix, think about Disney Plus. I mean, we'll often watch a 43-minute episode of something and then watch another one, right? Or we're going to watch an hour and a half or a 2-hour-long movie. It just depends on the environment. If people go onto TikTok or they start watching YouTube shorts, or maybe they are a really young person, their attention span is short. But YouTube, as a platform, content is actually trending longer over the years. I mean, 5 years ago, channels that I watched back then, they would make content 10 or 15 minutes long. Today they're making content that's 25 or 35 minutes long, and it's doing extremely well. So I'm not telling you to make content that long. For this strategy, for the leaf strategy, ingredient number 2 is your content should be an average length of 10 to 12 minutes. So if you have some episodes that go longer, say it's 15 minutes, and an occasional episode that's shorter, say it's 7 minutes, that's okay. Just make sure your average is about 10 to 12 minutes in length. Now, ingredient number 3, you've got to keep their attention. So when you look in YouTube analytics, it'll tell you the stats of every episode and your average stats across your channel. So one of those stats is your average view duration. You know, are they watching 40% on average or 60% on average? Or what's your retention rate, right? And you can look at your watch time. You can look at that stat in a variety of different ways. But essentially, some people, when they start watching your video, they will leave after 20 seconds. But there's other people that will watch your video all the way to the end. And so you want to know what's your average. And the higher that average is, let's say you have at least a 50% or 60 or 70, the higher that average is, the more likely YouTube is to recommend this video to other people. The lower that percentage is, and it means that people don't really like this video. And so there's a lot of strategies that I teach on this channel of what you can say at the beginning of the video to keep people's attention and make people interested in watching all the way to the end. Now, ingredient number 4 is custom thumbnails. So when you're on your laptop, let's say, and you open up YouTube, you see a whole menu of different videos. And that still image that we see representing each video, that's what we call a thumbnail. Now, thumbnails have become really, really competitive. We actually design multiple thumbnail ideas for every episode so we can pick and choose which one is the most compelling, which one is the best. The easiest thing to do if you don't design a custom thumbnail is just upload your video to YouTube and let YouTube just pick a random screenshot for you. The challenge is they often perform very poorly. You have a very low click-through rate. And so that's why ingredient number 4 is to create your own custom thumbnail. Now you can use free tools like Canva. They have templates there. You can type in YouTube thumbnail template in Canva and it will give you some things to start with. Now there's going to be a little bit of a learning curve there and you can see which thumbnails of yours perform better than others. I do have other tutorials on this channel about how to design a compelling thumbnail, but some quick advice would be to not worry about making it descriptive so much as creating curiosity. Like you do want it to paint a picture of what happens in the video, but you don't want to give away the secret and tell them the answer. You want to create curiosity of, ooh, what's going to happen when he does this? Or that's a good question. What's the answer? And they want to watch that video. Okay, ingredient number 5 is ideally you want to launch 5 episodes per week. Now that's a lot. That's 260 episodes per year. Now you can start with just 1 episode a week. You can get results with this strategy. You can have people finding you through their questions and they'll start to watch your video and start to build a relationship with you and your business will start to generate leads and customers and revenue, right, with just 1 episode a week. But if you're new to this channel and you don't know, I produce over 60 different YouTube channels, many of which generate 7 figures for businesses just from YouTube lead revenue. And there's a few of them that generate 8 figures in their business, okay? So I've never had a business generate 7 figures by only launching 1 episode a week. Every business that generates 7 figures from this strategy has gotten to a point eventually where they launch 5 episodes a week for a year. So that's the goal. That's the goal, right? But not all businesses are even at a 7-figure level yet. So talking about building an additional 7 figures of revenue, that's not a realistic conversation. So if you're a new business or your business is just starting to generate, in the 6-figure range, let's say 250,000 a year, and you want to generate an additional 250,000 a year, well, what if you just started with 1 episode per week, started to build a rhythm, start to build momentum, start to generate leads and customers, then increase to 2 or to 3 episodes per week. And set a goal as your business continues to grow, and when your business is at a place where you really want to ramp up the lead generation coming in, that then you can increase to 5 episodes per week. Now, ingredient number 6 is to give away a free gift at the end of your video, right? So you do the research, you find the questions, you record this 10 to 12 minutes of content where you're not selling anything, but at the end of the video, you're not selling there either. You're giving them a free gift that really adds to the value. You just delivered a whole bunch of value in the advice or the answer that you gave in this episode, and now you're giving them a free gift. So let me demonstrate for you, because I have a gift for you, okay? I want to give you a copy of my book for free. This book teaches you this entire strategy. It goes into depth on my leaf strategy and my tree analogy. And all the channels that I produce, I feature a lot of them. So I printed this book in full color so you could really go behind the scenes with me and I could show you how we do everything that we do on all of these channels. This isn't a fluff book. I actually took 2 years of work actively refining and polishing this book so that you as a reader, and it's on audio as well as a listener. So you as a reader could really implement this and start to leverage YouTube to market your business and turn YouTube into a lead generation machine for your business. Now, why would I give you this book for free? Well, I admit, you do have to pay the printing and shipping. I'm not going to cover that cost for you. So if you go to natesyoutubebook.com, you pay the printing and shipping, but I've put it at the price point that covers the cost. There is no profit to me. This is called a free plus shipping offer. You might want to consider having a free plus shipping book if you've gotten a book. The free gift that you might offer might be a PDF download, or it might be a mini course or something like that. It has to be something that's really valuable for your audience. And because you're looking to grow your business and use the most effective video marketing strategy out there, I want you to master this. And so that's why I want to give you a copy of my book. Again, you just cover the printing and shipping. Go to natesyoutubebook.com. And as you implement the strategies I teach in this book, reach out to me and share a link to your YouTube channel. I want you to show off your channel to me. I'm excited to see you have success.